Hi. As a little girl, I have always wondered what it was like to wear a princess gown dress. Luckily, I had that opportunity to not only wear that pretty dress, but to celebrate a very important tradition in my Hispanic culture. Uh, this is a tradition that is commonly known as a quinceañera, which celebrates the transition from childhood to womanhood. So in order for you guys to understand what a quinceañera is, I'm going to give a little history about quinceañeras and explain what really happens on the big day so you get a better understanding of what it's like to be a part of that kind of culture. So let's begin with what is a quinceañera. A quince in Spanish literally means 15. So a quinceañera happens on a young girl's 15th birthday. Like I said, it celebrates a transition from childhood to womanhood, and it marks a girl's coming of age and presents to society that she is ready to assume family and societal responsibilities. It is most common in Latin countries and some parts of the US, specifically Hispanic-dominated communities like Los Angeles, where I'm from. And they're celebrated in a very big, lavish manner. They're very extravagant. They require lots of planning and lots of thought into it. It's a tradition that can be dated back to the Aztecs around 500 BC, where girls were presented into the community as women and given responsibilities of womanhood. As the European or westernization of the New World, the tradition became more Christianized. So now quinceañeras will have a church mass at the beginning, and after that is a very big party that involves lots of food and good music. So what happens on the big day? A quinceañera begins with the church mass, and photos are taken of the girl, and then the party begins, and it's just basically like a huge wedding. So you celebrate the girl, there's a big dance, and the food is served for 2 hours. Most quinceañeras though, the girl doesn't really get to eat because they're so busy taking photos and saying hi to their very, very, very big families. The most dominating aspect of a quinceañera is the dance. So it's a waltz with her court, and it is followed by more dancing, but it begins with her guests. After that, it follows up with a father-daughter dance that usually involves replacing her flats with a pair of heels. This is obviously symbolic of her transitioning from childhood to womanhood. Quinceañeras can seem hectic and be stressful for a 15-year-old, but I'm so glad that my parents had the opportunity and the money to celebrate this tradition for me. Many traditions can be lost and forgotten about, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime event that I'm very grateful for, and I am glad to have enlightened you about. If you ever have the opportunity to attend a quince, I would highly recommend going. It is lots of fun, and you get to explore a new culture, and you learn new things every day. Thank you so much for listening to my speech.